I've been flying the Tomcat module for a while now in DCS, and I'd like to switch it up a little bit and try the Hornet. So let's take off the Tomcat stick, made by Virpil, super accurate, and replace it with the Thrustmaster Hornet stick, also super accurate. Plug and play, just attach it to the base here nice and securely. Now I've already mapped it for the basic flight controls, which is to say gear, hook, flaps, nose gear steering, nose wheel steering, and trim. I haven't done any of the weapons stuff yet, but I just want to try to see if I can get the F-18 on and off the ship. So let's give it a shot. Taxiing to the Cat, you can see NWS on the right side of the HUD, nose wheel steering. When you depress the nose wheel steering button on the stick, it toggles between high and low gain. High gain, you get a lot more sensitivity when you kick the rudders with the nose wheel steering. The taxi director will give us the signal to extend the launch bar here. There you go. So we'll extend the launch bar, and then he'll walk out of the way and continue to taxi us into the shuttle. And then you can feel us in the holdback, a little more power. Okay, now we're in the shuttle. We'll go into tension, and he will give us the signal to extend the launch bar, which we will do. And this is unique to the Hornet. In the Tomcat, you compress the nose gear and then just lower the launch bar, and it automatically comes up when you retract the gear. So power up, throttles all the way to mil, 100% on the RPM, wiping out the controls. You feel free, so we'll salute the Cat officer. Now remember, you take cat shots in the Hornet without your hand on the stick. You would grab that little bar there at the 2 o'clock position. Touch the deck, going flying. Don't touch the stick now. Once you get the attitude set, you can touch the stick. Gears coming up, and then flaps coming up at 200 knots. Flying the Case 1 departure procedures. I have the rad out set for 500 feet, so I'm getting that altitude indication and the oral tone in the headset, but we're complying with Case 1 procedures just fine. So one of the features of DCS that's kind of cool is you can replay the mission with the external view. So again, taxi director has us in the shuttle, tension, going into tension, green shirt walks away, raise the launch bar, extend the launch bar signal given, and he hands us off to the shooter. Shooter says, "I've got you," powering up, putting the power to mil. Once we're at mil, wiping out the controls, and you'll see the controls deflect, sort of a coffee grinder thing, and booting the rudders left and right. Everything's free. So salute, and the shooter will return the salute. He'll check every position there, then touch the deck, and we'll go flying. Good shot, sets the attitude, and then hands on the stick for the clearing turn. Cat 2, so we do a right-hand clearing turn, and then back to BRC, and we are on our way. See us fly over a Perry-class frigate here on our way to the mission. So that's old school. So now we're coming into the break. In the HUD on the left, you see 435 and increasing. That's the airspeed. On the right, you see 810 feet, that's the altitude. If you align the velocity vector with the horizontal line, that keeps you level. BRC is about north. Crisp brake. Should be level, it's a slightly descending brake. G on the airplane, decelerating. So the reciprocal of the BRC, our downwind heading, will be about 180. Checking our beam distance, looks good. At 250 knots, gear and flaps coming down. Now we look for where we are past the 180, so starting our base turn. Decelerating to 150 knots. I'm going to be at about 500 feet at the 90. So we're a little bit high, a little bit fast. But now we're on speed. Sneaking a peek at the 45. Pattern's looking good. Okay, a little bit high. Well, a couple cells high at the ball call. Now the trick is to hold the ball in the center so it's going a little low. So I'll just point the velocity vector. You see that E-shaped caret. That E should be on the velocity vector to be on speed, so I'm working fast here. But I'm concerned about landing on the ramp or the one wire, so just focusing on center ball. Land a little fast, but overall a decent pass. So in the wires, hooks coming up, flaps are up. Nose wheel steering engaged to the high setting to get us out of the landing area. And we're aboard. Here's again the external view. A cool feature of DCS. And I like this part where it goes automatically in front, shows you the airplane and the brake. See the contrails coming off the wingtip vortices, G on the airplane. And then you'll see also once the airplane is dirty, you get those same vortices. And that's unique to the Hornet. So hook is already down. You drop the hook once you get visual on the ship and all airplanes around the boat. Gears coming, flaps down, starting our base turn off the 180. This airplane's configured with a single centerline drop tank, sidewinders on the wingtips. So that's a pretty reasonable loadout. Generally, depending on where you are, the Hornets would have either single bubble, which is a single centerline drop, or they'd add two to the wings, which was called triple bubble. Double bubble would be two wing drop tanks and no centerline drop tank. Gas is always a concern for the Hornet. It basically had the same fuel flow as the Tomcat, but started with 6,000 pounds less. Another cool view. And then we'll pick it up with the behind the airplane to get you the feel of what it is like to come aboard. And we are landing on the STENNIS today, CVN 74. Trying to hold that center ball on center line and actually snag the 3-wire, just like you want. That's another great view looking aft, clearing the landing area. Mission complete.
So that was fun. I look forward to getting more proficient in the airplane, doing bomb delivery and the rest of the mission areas that the Hornet has. But that was pretty cool. And I'll tell you, my initial impressions between the Tomcat module and the Hornet module are just like what fleet pilots used to say: it's easier to land the F-18. It's more predictable in terms of in the pattern, especially in the lateral axis, no wing sweep to deal with, etc. So that was very noticeable right from the get-go. So if you've flown the Tomcat module and you haven't tried the Hornet module, give it a try. Okay, that'll do it for this episode. If you're not already a subscriber, become one so you don't miss anything. If you'd like to help support the channel, please consider using the super thanks, the heart icon below, or become a patron at patreon.com/WardCarroll. In the meantime, I look forward to talking to you again very soon.